She's the only guy I know from World War II. Okay, Grandpa, what age were you in the war?
17. I went in when I was 17.
Okay.
3 days from being 18.
What branch did you go into?
United States Navy.
What was your ranking in the Navy?
Seaman first class.
What do you remember most about the Army?
Navy. You want to get hit in the mouth? I don't know. Just going overseas, I guess. Huh?
Across the equator 17 times.
32 times. Across the equator, 32 times. On one ship. Twice on another one.
What ship were you on?
USS South Dakota.
And the other one?
Yes. LST. What number it was. You remember, dear? What number it was? No, I don't.
What kind of bomb was it?
Battleship.
Okay.
You should know that. Well, I should know.
What was your saddest thing that happened to you during your war?
When 43 guys got killed.
Why?
Well, that's how it happened.
How did it happen?
It was taking on ammunition and it blew up. In the magazine. You remember all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of training did you receive?
Just gunnery training.
That's when we went to boot camp at.
Where did you go to boot camp at?
Very good idea.
For how long?
8 weeks. 8 weeks. I think it was 8 weeks.
What did you do during the war for entertainment?
Watch movies on the fantail, that's all it was. You print fast.
Now, did you see Hiroshima blow up Japan?
No.
That's where he was.
Where were you?
Oh, God, out in the ocean someplace. We was probably, I don't know, a couple 100 miles away.
Did you see it?
No, you couldn't. Couldn't even see the cloud.
Didn't even know they dropped it.
No, not for a couple of years.
Ask Grandpa what life was like on the ship.
What was life like on the ship?
That's a big joke. Well, you was either eating, sleeping, or on the gun. That was about three. You wasn't under air attack. You was out.
Ask Grandpa what his duties were.
What were your duties on the ship?
Well, I worked in a spud locker for about. You know what spud locker is? That's where they peel potatoes. For about 2-3 months. Then I worked in the mess hall for a while. And then the rest of the time, you just the deckhand. You clean the decks and clean the guns. Slept.
What size guns did you fire?
40 millimeters. Hope you can read it when you get done.
On tape.
Were you ever in a typhoon or a hurricane?
Yes, we was on a typhoon. 3 days. Took water about, well, the deck was 35 feet from the water. I mean, you couldn't be on that. It was getting wet about 130 feet above the water line. That's how rough it was.
Were you the first ship to fire on the mainland?
Yep, we were the first. And missed everything.
Did you guys ever get hit by kamikazes?
No. Close, but no hits. Let's see what else. Well, we had an Admiral Halsey aboard, and Admiral Nimitz. The kids will know who they are. Then we were the flagship.
What's a flagship?
That's the one that carried you up. Admiral.
Tell them about the Coke you had in your...
Oh. I told Peg that. They give us big bottles of Coke. I mean, they were big bottles. It wasn't like the little bottles. And I stuck it in the back of my locker and forgot it was in there. And I don't know, a couple months later I took it out and it was about this much Coke left in it and it evaporated. It was that hot. Then we had to wear soles on our shoes, real thick. They couldn't half-sole new shoes, but we just took them, put them on and scuffed them up, and then they take them down to the cobbler. He'd put another layer on so it was about this thick. It wouldn't have steel decking from your feet. It'd be that hot when you're down below the equator.
How hot was it down there?
Shit, I don't know. Nobody had any gauges, but it was hot. And then when we went bombarding one day, we went down one deck. Our compartment was 2 decks down. They wouldn't let us go down that far. We could go down one deck with the first division, where the guys on that division was in the big guns anyway. And they just locked the compartments up. No water, no air, nothing. 100 guys locked in this little room, maybe for 2 or 3 hours.
What for?
Well, they was bombarding. You couldn't be on top side or anywhere close. That's where they put us guys on the little guns. They'd put us all down this one compartment. 100 of us. You get pretty warm down there.
Yeah.
But there was only one deck down. That way it put us above the water line. See, the compartment I was in was just about level with the water line. You know what I mean? When we was up with deck, up with compartment where we wasn't, we was above the water line.
When did you, where did you get on the USS?
South Dakota, Reverend Washington. That's outside of Seattle, a little way. Puget Sound, they call it. It's hard to...
What did the food taste like?
It wasn't really that bad. I mean, everybody gained weight on it, it seemed like, because you ate the same... Every Wednesday had the same thing, every Tuesday had the same thing, so you know what you're going to eat before... You know what I mean? You had the same meal on Monday, every day of the month, and the same meal on Tuesday, Wednesday. But holidays was nice, because they feed us pretty good then.
Did Grandma ever write you any letters?
Every day.
Where'd you keep them at?
That's true. Still got some of them. Threw them away, I guess. Kept some. This ain't going too good.
Yes, it is. Ask him when he got to go home, or when he was done.
What'd you do the first thing when you got home?
So you were enlisted for 2 years, 2 months,
22 days.
22 days.
What was the first thing when you did when you got home?
What we do the first thing I got home? I ain't gonna tell him.
Well, you said you were up in... They released you up in Minneapolis.
Yeah. Then I took a train to Des Moines. Then you was at the bus station, wasn't you, when I got to Des Moines? Huh?
Yes, I think I was.
That's all I'm going to tell you. I ain't going to tell you the rest of it. That's a secret. Nobody knows what's down with me, see? No, one night we stayed out all night. That was before. That was when I was home on leave, wasn't it? And I was using Des Moines. Never went to bed, stayed up all night. Sitting on a damn step talking. Couldn't believe it. Got daylight, Grandma had to go to work. I was in bed.
That wasn't fair.
Well, her fault, she kept me up all night.
Anything else you can think of? How many people were on the ship?
2,500. Officers and men, about that. 2 little airplanes. That was
Or the airplane from?
just scouting. It was seaplanes. 9 16-inch guns.
How heavy was that shot that fired?
Oh, the shells?
Yeah.
Well, the Bob Army weighed 1,400 pounds.
1,400 pounds?
The armor piercing weighed 2,500.
How'd you move them?
Huh?
How'd you move
It
it?
was all, I don't know. I never was down there. They wouldn't let you down there. It was all by
Conveyors and
Conveyors.
stuff?
100 pounds of powder. I think that's what it was. With powder come in 100-pound barrels. But it was, God, 8 5-inch, I think it was, 4 on the side. I had all this down in home, but I forgot what it was. I don't know how many I don't know how many 40 millimeters it was, but it was 3 and about 15, 7, 16, I think, something like that, 16 40 millimeters. There was 4 barrels in each one. And maybe that's the 5-inch, I can't see. They weighed 50 pounds a piece, or 51 pounds each shell. And the 40 millimeters weighed 4 pounds. Then there was just with a lot of 20 millimeters. You know, there was about this long shell. I don't know how many there was. There was a lot of them. Stuck every place.
Did you ever blow up an airplane?
Oh, a lot of them. 32 after I went aboard. Not me. I don't know who shot him, but somebody did.
Did you ever shoot one?
You don't know, because everybody, 400 guns, all them guns shooting at one time, you didn't know who was who. Yeah, we shot down 64. 32 before I got on, 32 after I got on.
How many guys did you have in your unit?
About
They
100.
were very left from you went up towards Japan. I was
She took,
14 like that.
Yeah, did you get, how close were you to Japan?
I was in Japan.
You're actually on the mainland, right?
Well, I got not very far.
After the bomb was dropped?
We had when the war was, we took Nimitz. We had Halsey aboard, and the Missouri had Nimitz.
Okay.
No, we had Nimitz, and they had Halsey.
That's where it was.
Could you imagine? You know that battleship weighed? I'll tell you what, 582 feet long, 105 feet wide is the widest part. It's what they call a 35,000 ton. You know, right? 35,000 ton. God, I don't know how to-
700,000.
Huh? That was with nothing on.
That's not, no, that's not,
Huh? 35,000 squad bridge. That's
Yeah.
no armament or nothing. That's
It
just
was tons,
stripped.
yeah, it was tons to start
And
with.
we-
Yeah.
Well, we had Nimitz and the Missouri had Halsey, so we parked out there some damn place, and then we carried Halsey's over and took Nimitz's over and brought Halsey's back, because we just exchanged admirals, because Nimitz was on the Missouri when the peace was signed, see.
Okay.
So we just exchanged admirals out there in the middle of the damned ocean someday.
So you were there at Japan then when the truce with Japan was signed?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Because they didn't get back to San Francisco till October.
See,
signed in September.
Yeah.
BJ was signed in September and
September 7th.
we was outside of
Second?
we was outside of Tokyo Bay when they brought a Japanese aboard to show us get through the minefield to get into Tokyo Bay. So yeah, we could see the ship, but we couldn't, you know, they didn't park you very close together.
what
ship was
Like
at.
countries were you in then? Did you get, were you in the Philippines?
Yeah. On ship, I was on land in the Philippines twice.
And that was before you went to Japan.
Oh yeah, that's right after we. I never got. That's the only place I did. Well, it's on them little islands over there, but hell, he didn't.
Okinawa,
Huh?
Iwo Jima, Okinawa.
No, we was at, we was 50 miles of Iwo Jima, but we never. I never got on Okinawa either, cause.
That was all over before you got there.
What?
Okinawa.
No, we bombarded the hell out of Okinawa there. Philippines
They
was the
took
first.
off from Okinawa to attack Japan.
Yeah. The Philippines was the first to battle the Philippines, and then. Gee, what come first, Iwo Jima or Okinawa? Iwo Jima come first.
Yeah.
And then Okinawa.
Yeah.
And then that's why I got 5 battle stars. I got 2 for the Philippines, 1 for Okinawa, and 1 for
Where are your battle stars at?
one of
Is that a star then for every battle you were in?
Yeah.
So you've got 5 stars?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can wear 7, but at the Philippines they issued a little, what's it, blue? Well,
Was midway before you got on?
yeah. Coral Sea was blue.
How many brothers and sisters do you have going?
Two half brothers.
And a future sister-in-law,
Oh, yeah.
Florence.
Florence was a nurse in Army nurse in Europe too. Well, Helen Francis was in the Army too.
Your brother-in-law.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Maybe his husband, he was in the Army. I don't know where.
Bill was too, but he was in the Marine.
Bill was in the Marines. Oh God, if we start counting them, you're gonna have a whole page full.
Where'd your 2 half brothers serve at when that is the day?
Well, one was a prisoner of war, so he didn't see much.
Where'd he get captured at?
Normandy.
So he was. Do you have any kamikazes at the ship?
Well,
Was the ship ever hit while you were on it?
just straight one.
Straight what?
Straight. You know what it is?
Straight.
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 Well, the guns out of the plane. They straight the...
Oh.
That's what
They're
they call
called
it.
straight.
Yeah.
When shot you from a plane.
Yeah, but he didn't go far.
R-A-F-E-D. Straight.
Oh.
I seen a carrier sunk. First time I seen action, a carrier got sunk.
For who?
Got hit with a 500-pound bomb from a Jap plane.
Now, is the battleship the largest ship in the fleet?
Well, carriers are a little longer.
Carriers.
Carriers are really.
They're the airplane carriers.
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah. They never took after us too much. So we had too much armament and too much guns, but the carriers is the one they wanted to sink all the time. They just take after carriers is something terrible.
How thick was the metal at the base?
16-inch. 16-inch armor deck and 16 inches around most of the ship. You know how much 16 inches is?
Yeah.
Solid steel,
How fast could you go?
20 knots.
20 knots?
About 21 knots, 22.
That's miles per hour, don't you?
It's usually, isn't that miles? Kilometers.
Well, that's a little over, a knot is a little over a mile an hour, so it'd be about 25 miles an hour. So.
Top.
And the screws were 35 feet across. Twin screws. Just give you some idea, you know, how 30. I don't know what else.
Where'd you sleep? And what'd you sleep on?
You got that thing running?
Yeah, it is.
The mattress is about this thick. I ain't gonna tell you what we call them. The sheet went clear over them. You mean, you just slip the mattress inside of the sheet. So when you got they got soaked clear through sweat, you turn them over and got the other side wet. And about once a month, you hung them on a railing around the ship. So when I went aboard, I had a brand new mattress, of course, a whole new Somebody stole it the first day. So I had to go down and check out another one. But I didn't get a new one. I got an old one. Because the older guys that see a new mattress, they'd want a new mattress, so they'd steal it. Steal your mattress.
Did you ever steal anybody's mattress?
No, stole the guy's shoe. One shoe. Because he stole one of mine. You get a pair of shoes, and then one would shine and the other one wouldn't. So somebody stole one of mine that shined. So I went down to the ship and found one that didn't shine because I had to have one to match mine. So I just stole another one. Didn't mean I don't know who got mine. I don't know. That's the way we do it.
How was the ship powered?
Huh?
Nuclear powered? Oh, no.
Diesel engines?
Diesel?
Diesel engines?
I don't know how much fuel we take on the time either. We take on a lot.
You tell them how you like spent your time?
Huh?
How you spent your time sending those flames down the bathroom?
Oh, I ain't gonna tell you that.
Or how you carry that food, you drop it and eat it?
Oh, yeah. You had to do all them tricks, you know. You had to learn how to do that real quick or you're out of luck. We got in Guam. We was in Guam. That's right, I was in Guam. I got on Guam once. Supply officer on Guam, he wouldn't let us have any supplies, so we took so many crates of rotten cabbage, and it was rotten. But that way it wouldn't be on his list, you know, and spoiled. So they brought, I don't know how many crates aboard. Here us guys got big old butcher knives and with wooden crates, probably 50 pounds, and we'd sit back on the fantail and chop this rotten cabbage up, and you'd get a little head about this big, and sometimes you get tired and throw the whole damn thing over the ocean, you know. And that's the way we had to get so many crates of rotten cabbage. Did you ever get a hold of a rotten hunk of cabbage? It's pretty rotten, I'll tell you.
Did you ever see any sharks or whales?
Oh yeah, a lot of sharks and flying fish. We used to catch them.
How?
Well, the wave would come up and they'd come right up on the deck. They were just about this long.
Eat them?
No, you just throw over. Yeah, the big wave would come up, and a lot of times the waves come clear over the ship. You just drown. I mean, you turn into wind or something. These little flying fish, I've seen a lot of porpoises. A lot of porpoises.
How did you, when that wave came up, how did you keep from getting knocked over the side of the ship?
Oh, they was raiding around it, and we was behind on our gun. There was a big steel, about so high and about 4 inches thick, and you'd get wet. But a lot of cigarettes got wet, so when they get wet, you just throw the pack. A carton of cigarettes cost 50 cents. I don't know what shoes cost. Well, we got $60 a month.
Hey.
Huh?
Hey.
Yeah. For on the state side, and they give us 66 for getting shot at. So you got $6 extra. I always thought that was a joke. Then they took $9 out of that for your insurance. Because we all had $10,000 of insurance. Well, not everybody, but most everybody did. So you can see what you got left. You ain't got too much left. And then then you could only draw $40 a month off the books. Because some of the guys would be broke before I got paid. Because you hear the dice rattle on the steel deck and playing cards, and they'd lose their $40, and they'd be out of money till the next month. Because they'd lose. A lot of guys, because I wasn't in the pay line, they paid us a lot of times in $2 bills. But you couldn't only draw $40 off. Because you didn't have much more than $40. You got 66, they took out 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can only draw 40 off, so you didn't have too much left anyway.
What they do with the rest?
Kept it. So you had some money when you got home.
How smart of the government.
Yeah, but how much you saved then?
17.
Huh?
Only 17 of one.
Yeah, you'd have 17 a month if you draw the whole 40 off.
Hopefully a bus ticket back home.
Yeah.
Now you said something. Did you get to ride on the trains and buses free then when you got home?
Oh,
You had to pay just like everybody else. Well, like when you got released, discharged.
Well, we might have. I don't know. No, when we went to boot camp, we didn't have to pay.
Okay.
But coming home on leave, I know we did.
What about when you were discharged?
We had to pay. I'm sure we did.
Okay.
What'd you get paid a week? Month?
He told us.
$66 getting shot at.
Anything else?
We had guys who never even drawed anything off the books. They had it all left. 'Cause they stole their clothes and used somebody else's soap and we had a couple of them. They had all their money left. They didn't, what are you doing, bud?
This is my grandma, Jenny Sparrgrove. She married to Charlie. And I have to do. Okay, what? Did you get any ration stamps? How many a month?
Well, it was a certain amount, but I don't remember the amount. But we got for sugar and coffee and gas. And if you weren't emergency workers, you didn't get very much gas.
Shoes. Shoes? Wasn't there shoes? Oh, I thought maybe.
Tires, maybe.
Yeah, tires was ration.
Yeah.
Where did you work at during the war?
Well, I went to the University of Iowa for from September to April, while the war was on, after I graduated from high school. And then I worked at Century Engineering when I go through school that year, during the summer until VJ Day.
Made bomb fuses. Still got one.
Yeah.
Well, a propeller, yeah.
And I was in Cedar Rapids for engineers, Century Engineering.
What was life like during the war? Did you have a lot of parties or not?
War? You went to the war?
No,
you still.
January before we come home.
Yeah.
But it was, the war was over.
Did the war?
I was out to my church too after the war.
Oh yeah, then they closed it down. We didn't need any more bombs. Then you went to the war.
Yeah, in January.
Yeah.
In 46. Oh, I worked for the USES, the United States Employment Service. When a lot of veterans were coming home to find jobs. They got a lot of those applications just as a cook typist job.
That thing running?
What was the Victory Garden?
Everybody had a patch of ground big enough to put a garden in. They made a garden.
Yeah, because
Food was scarce.
Food was scarce. It helped you to have fresh vegetables and stuff.
But you couldn't buy too many of them.
They didn't ship them in like they do now.
No.
Big trucks and stuff.
No. Well, most of it went overseas to the services.
Most everybody has Victory Gardens.
They call them Victory Gardens.
Yeah, in town.
Yeah. They almost caught up their front yards and put a garden in there. Even Chicago and the places they had the Victory Gardens, everybody had one.
What were war bonds?
Well, the United States bonds, like they are today, when they call them war bonds, and we encourage people to buy it.
Save their money to
help the war effort.
What kind of, how did you get your news of the war?
Well, just through radio. Otherwise, if you went to the movie, they'd have
reels. Well, newsreels.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a word for it. Yeah, they'd show a lot of the action and stuff, where the soldiers and stuff were at.
See, all of our mail was censored. It was read before it went off the ship.
Well, it was all over. The Army mail was
Yeah,
censored.
everybody's was.
Censored.
And they didn't let you, Now you said Florence's letters, she couldn't say where she was or anything, but could you, Charlie?
No.
You didn't tell Jenny you had just crossed the equator, or...
The only way you had to know was just if you knew
What ship he was on, and then they didn't tell us names of ships, you see.
just from the news, you know, you'd know where
Okay.
they were moving.
Yeah. No, they didn't. It wasn't like it is now. I mean, you didn't have nothing. But she could send letters without being censored.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I could.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd write her and Ma, and if I'd say something they didn't like, why they just give a big mark and go across it, or they'd cut it out, and there'd be nothing there. And we had what we call VE mail. I don't know how them was anymore. You wrote on the
You
thing,
wrote a regular sized page, but
then
they,
you just folded it up.
and
that's
then
all it
they
was.
just took a picture, so it didn't come out. The writing wasn't near as big as what your
Yeah.
original writing.
Yeah,
But they could ship them airmail. It was,
yeah.
how did you call it? I can't quite say the right word at this. It went airmail because it made it lighter.
It wasn't heavy, but they'd be so small, it's hard to read somehow. Especially if you wrote very small and then they take, I don't know how they did do that.
I think it must have took a picture of it.
And then we'd get them and be just they'd be real little.
Reduce the size of the printing.
We only got mail about sometimes every month.
What address did you send them to, Jenny, so that they'd get to Charlie?
San Francisco.
Well, they were APOs. Is what they
Yeah.
called them. Yeah.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay, and then from San Francisco they went out to, they sorted them there.
About 2 weeks with them.
Yeah, I was.
Well, it might take longer than that.
Yeah,
Because sometimes if you wouldn't get one for months, maybe you wouldn't get any mail. Depends what ship was coming over. They sent most of the mail over on tankers and cargo ships.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's called, and that's, you won't have them get sunk or delayed or something, you might not get mail for a month. Then you get a pile that high. You get a lot of it then.
What was it like in the States when VJ Day was declared?
I wasn't here.
yeah, everybody was pretty happy that first day. Yeah, we got the news.
Did they,
We waited a long time for it to be over.
oh yeah.
Yeah, a long time.
It seemed like longer than it was.
Did, you know, they show sometimes the dancing in the streets, and did they broadcast it over the
Oh yeah.
radio?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
VJ Day was before VE?
No, VE was
was
first.
in May.
Okay,
August, yeah.
okay. What was it like then VE Day?
Well,
I don't know.
that's why I don't remember it well, because see, we were still in the war, even though we were through in Europe.
Okay.
It wasn't near the celebration. It was from VJ Day.
Yeah, the war was still on the Pacific.
Yeah. Tell Ryan what? You gonna copy this all over again?
Yeah.
I hope so. When I got off the battleship, well, I started to. We got in San Francisco Navy Day. What's that? October.
It's October 24th.
We got in San Francisco October 24th. After the war was over. I went under the Golden Gate Bridge and I went over the Golden Gate Bridge. So I went under on the battleship and over to the car. And then we went from San Francisco. We're going to have to write more than that because it's going to be long. Then we went to LA. And then we went from LA to San Diego. To Panama, and then we went to San Diego, then we went to the Panama Canal. Up the east coast of Philadelphia. Where the South Dakota was scrapped. And then I went from Philadelphia to Tacoma, Iowa. Back to Shoemaker, California.
Oh, that was actually been home on leave.
Yeah, that was after war was over. Then I got on LST. It wasn't LST, landing ship tank. Then I went down to Galapagos Islands, but through the Panama Canal again. The Galapagos Islands.
What were they like?
They were down below the equator. They owned Ecuador. We had a naval air base down there, and we evacuated after war was over. Then we come back up to the Panama Canal to San Francisco again. Right?
Also, from the plane, so you got.
Yes, but I had to go to San Francisco.
Okay.
Yes. Then I got on a plane, flew to Cuba.
Was Castro in power then or not?
No.
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 Not yet.
Then I flew from Cuba to Florida.
You had to have a certain length of time, see, that's how they
They give you so many
discharge
points for so many months you was in, and I was 2 months overdue because they lost my record. Pay records, I couldn't get paid for 2-3 months. Didn't have no health records or nothing. They didn't know I was in service. Then I was in Florida, and then I caught a train to Chicago, then to Chicago to Minneapolis. Hope you remember all this. And I got discharged in St. Paul, Fort Smelling, Minnesota.
10th of June.
10th of June. Only been there an hour?
Did you have air raid practices and stuff like that in Jenny?
I don't know. I wasn't here.
I don't.
Not before I went in, we didn't. Not in Iowa, they probably did in some.
Did you have to have blackout curtains?
I don't think so. That was like in England where they,
More
Okay.
when airplanes flying over.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't have it here, I don't think.
But everybody was fighting for the same thing, you know. There were people at home and people at war. We were all battling the same until we sacrificed lives to get it over with.
Durasatin will brighten your home's exterior. A satin finish is just $14.79.